Okay, so you're about to interview for a quality services manager position.
Exciting stuff.
Right. It's a big deal. You'll be the one making sure everything runs smoothly.
Making sure everything meets those top-notch quality standards.
Exactly. And we're here to make sure you totally nail that interview.
It's a crucial role, you know,
Oh, absolutely.
shaping the quality of entire companies.
It's huge.
Think of it less like checking boxes and more like conducting an orchestra,
Ooh, I like that.
where every instrument, every department plays its part beautifully.
I love that analogy. But how do you actually get that across in an interview, you know? How do you convey that big picture thinking? Well, luckily we've got RoleCatcher's insights to guide us.
And they've analyzed thousands of interviews.
They have. They really know their stuff.
So they know what makes candidates stand out.
Okay, hit me with it.
One question they see all the time is, tell us about your experience with quality management systems.
Okay, yeah,
Now, you might be tempted to rattle off every certification you have.
which is great. Don't get me wrong, certifications are important.
For sure they are.
But is there a better way to approach that question?
Totally. Imagine you're building a house, right?
Okay,
Listing certifications is kind of like saying, well, I know about hammers and nails.
okay.
Important, yes.
Yeah.
But the interviewer wants to know if you can build the entire house.
Right, they want to see the bigger picture.
Exactly. Can you take those tools,
Yeah.
those quality management systems, and actually use them to solve problems, create something amazing?
So how do we do that?
Huh.
How do we actually demonstrate that in an interview?
Think back to projects where you actually defined what quality even meant.
Hmm,
Did you set up any processes to make sure things were consistent?
right.
Were you involved in implementing, say, methodologies like Six Sigma?
Right, which is all about reducing defects and variation.
Exactly.
And even if you haven't officially held the title of Quality Services Manager before,
Exactly.
think outside the box.
Think outside the box.
This is where I think RoleCatcher's AI can be super helpful
Oh, absolutely.
because it can help you identify those transferable skills.
For sure.
You know, maybe from past projects, volunteer roles.
Maybe you organized like the neighborhood potluck
Yeah,
and you had to make sure everything ran smoothly.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then you can plug those examples into their AI tool to get feedback.
It's like having like a personalized coach in your pocket,
like that.
helping you craft those answers to really highlight those relevant skills.
Okay, so you've wowed them with your understanding of these systems.
Right.
Now you need to show them you can actually make things happen.
Exactly.
Another question that RoleCatcher sees a lot is, how do you ensure products or services meet quality standards?
Okay.
And this feels like, to me, is more of a process question.
Absolutely.
Like they want to know you're not just reacting to problems.
They want to see you're proactive.
Yeah, but that you have systems in place.
Exactly. Exactly. So this is your time to talk about your proactive approach to quality control.
Okay, so like what kinds of things can we talk about there?
Do you have a system for collecting customer feedback?
Ooh, that's a good one.
For sure. What about conducting regular quality audits?
Yes.
Those are really important to mention.
And don't forget about metrics.
Metrics, yes. Those numbers are your friends.
They are, because numbers speak volumes in this field.
They do, but don't just throw numbers at them.
Right.
Without context, connect the dots for them.
Give them the why behind the what.
Exactly. Explain what those numbers mean,
Yeah.
how they contribute to the bigger picture of quality improvement.
Are you aiming to reduce errors? Boost customer satisfaction?
Yeah, are you trying to enhance efficiency?
Make those connections super clear.
Make it crystal clear.
And this is where I think RoleCatcher's AI can be really helpful again, because it can help you identify which metrics matter most to the specific companies that you're interviewing with.
100%.
Right.
They analyze job descriptions,
Yes.
company profiles, and really pinpoint what they value so you can tailor those answers.
Okay, so we've talked about experience, we've talked about systems.
Right?
But let's talk about leadership for a second.
Okay.
Because a huge part of being a quality services manager is leading a team,
Huge.
right? And I bet the question, how do you motivate your team to maintain quality standards,
Oh.
comes up a lot.
All the time. All the time.
And it's easy to say, oh, I'm a great motivator.
Right.
But how do you actually show that?
Exactly. How do you demonstrate that in a really tangible way?
So what's the secret?
So think about it like this. Maybe you implemented a new training program And it boosted morale, which is always great, but it also really helped increase the team's knowledge.
I like that.
Yeah, or how about you initiated like a peer recognition program
Yes.
that got everyone excited about doing really high quality work, celebrating each other's successes?
Those are great examples.
Yeah, yeah.
It's about showing them that you can bring out the best in your team,
Exactly.
especially when it comes to quality, right?
Yes, and it really allows that interviewer to picture you in the role,
Okay.
in their company.
Love it.
Okay, so get ready, because here comes the question that I think really lets you shine. Can you tell us about a time you had to resolve a quality issue?
Okay, the classic tell me about a time question.
Right.
I feel like these can be kind of tricky.
Yeah, they can be, but if you think about it like a mini case study,
Okay.
set the scene for them.
Okay.
What was the issue?
Yeah.
What would happen if you didn't fix it?
Right, like what was at stake?
Exactly, exactly. And then you walk them through your process step by step.
So kind of like a detective solving a case.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. How did you find the root of the problem?
Yeah, how'd you crack the code?
Exactly. What solutions did you consider? What did you actually do?
Right.
And what was the outcome?
Yes, and this is key. Whenever possible, quantify that impact.
Yes.
Right?
Numbers are your friend.
Because instead of saying, I improved things, you can say, I reduced defect rates by 15%.
Exactly.
I saved the company thousands of dollars by implementing this new process.
Love it. And you know, RoleCatcher found that interviewers really like it when you can highlight teamwork
Oh, that makes sense.
and initiative.
Yeah.
So did you have to work with other departments to fix this? Did you go above and beyond to find that solution?
Right, because it shows you're a team player. It shows that you're proactive.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've tackled a quality issue. We've shown we can motivate a team.
We're on a roll.
Now we need to show that we're not stuck in the past. We are ready for the future.
Exactly. We're adaptable.
Yes. So how do we answer the question? How do you stay up to date on industry trends and changes in quality standards?
Okay, so this is where you get to prove that you are committed to learning.
Yeah.
You're constantly growing.
Lifelong learners.
Right, exactly. So don't just say, oh, I like to stay current.
Right, give them specifics.
Yeah, what industry publications do you follow? Are there certain websites that you visit frequently?
Conferences.
Conferences, yes. Have you attended any?
Ooh, are you part of, like, any LinkedIn groups?
Yeah, those are great to mention.
And mention those.
Tell them you're plugged in.
Yes, and RoleCatcher specifically mentions that certifications like the CMQOE
Yes.
and Six Sigma, those are super valuable in this field.
For sure.
And even if you're still working towards one, mentioning that shows dedication,
Absolutely.
right? It shows that desire to stay ahead of the game.
You're invested.
It's like you're saying, hey, I'm not just here for the job, I'm here for the career.
Exactly. Passionate about it.
Okay, so we've talked about showcasing experience, leadership skills, that passion for continuous learning.
We've covered a lot.
But what about those curveball questions?
Oh, yes.
You know, the ones that interviewers love to throw in there.
Love those.
Really,
ones.
like, see how you think on your feet.
Oh, those are my favorite.
Mine too, actually. Okay, so let's say they hit you with this. Can you tell us about a time you had to make a difficult decision related to quality standards?
Ooh, right,
Wow.
a good one.
Because it's easy to talk about, you know, the wins and all the great things.
Right,
But how do you handle those tough calls?
exactly.
So how do we approach this kind of question?
So think about a time when you had to make a judgment call,
Okay.
maybe a tough one,
Yeah.
where you really had to put those quality standards first.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was a situation where you had to balance, different priorities.
Okay, like what?
Like meeting a deadline, but also you had to address a quality concern.
Oh, yeah. Those deadline versus quality dilemmas
That's a classic.
are tough.
Or maybe you had to really stand your ground when there is pressure to, cut corners.
Yeah.
To save time or maybe to save money,
Right.
whatever example you choose, walk them through that decision-making process.
Okay.
What did you have to think about? Who did you talk to? How did you weigh those risks and rewards?
Yeah, paint that picture for them.
Exactly. Let them see inside your brain for a minute.
I love it.
And you know what? Don't be afraid to talk about the challenges.
Oh, for sure.
Or even what you learned from it.
Right, because that shows self-awareness.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. We've talked about quality management systems, tackling those tough interview questions.
Yeah, we've been busy.
But before we wrap up, I want to circle back to RoleCatcher's AI,
Yes.
because I know it can really help you prepare. especially for these behavioral interview questions.
100%. And one of my favorite things is you can actually practice those answers
Ooh, tell me more.
and you get feedback.
Get out!
AI-powered feedback on your delivery.
So it's like having a virtual interview coach.
Yes, exactly that. You can record yourself
Okay.
answering common interview questions like the ones we've talked about today, and the AI will actually analyze things like your tone, your pacing, even like your body language if you have video.
No way. That's amazing.
Isn't that cool?
It's like having a secret weapon to help you just really fine-tune everything.
Exactly.
Make sure you're coming across as confident and polished and prepared.
You got it.
That is so cool. I wish I had had that when I was interviewing for jobs.
Me too. But it's never too late
That's true.
to level up your skills.
All right, so as we wrap up our deep dive into acing that quality services manager interview, any last words of wisdom for our listeners?
Remember, passion. Let them see that you are passionate about quality.
Yeah.
Show off those problem-solving skills and that commitment to always learning more.
Yes, and be prepared to share those specific examples.
Yes, share those stories.
Because they really make you stand out.
They do.
And don't be afraid to let your personality shine through.
Let your enthusiasm shine.
Yes, enthusiasm goes a long way. And for that extra edge, definitely check out RoleCatcher. We will link to it in the show notes.
It's a game changer. Best of luck with your interview. You got this.
Until next time on The Deep Dive.